Welcome back into the film room. I'm your host, Eric Turner. In today's film room feature, we're going to take a look at linebacker Dorian Williams of the Buffalo Bills against the Colts in their first preseason game. Before we get started, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Cover One Sports YouTube channel so that you can get all this type of content right at your fingertips as soon as it drops. Williams finished the game with 6 solo tackles, 1 assisted, and 2 stops. On this play, you're going to see the Colts out-leverage the Bills with a nice full block at the point of attack with Williams leading up the middle. So on the snap, you're going to get a full block from the starting offensive line of the Colts. So Nelson's going to fold down. Kelly, a very good center, is going to pull and kick out Williams on this play. The Bills are out leverage on this play because they sent a run blitz from the field here. So the defensive end is coming across here and you're bringing Dotson off the edge. And this looks like it's an RPO. You can see them running pass routes on the back end of this. And the Bills are trying to gap out here, but you can see Williams gets picked off by Kelly. You'd like to see him lead with his hands instead of his shoulder there. But still, this is more of a scheme win. You want to see also the defensive tackle settle work over the top of Nelson, but obviously that's Quentin Nelson. He's a very good guard. And as Ed Oliver tries to trace down the line of scrimmage, you're going to see that he's not able to make the tackle. So some of this is on Williams. He does a good job of making the running back cut inside, but you want to see him lead with his hands and try to disengage and shuck that block by Kelly and make the tackle as that running back enters the line of scrimmage. But he does finish the tackle down the field with some help from his teammates. One thing that was consistent with his play in this game was when he was at the tackle point, he brought his pads behind him. So the Bills drop out into their quarters coverage on this play here, and Williams is to the short side of the field to the bottom. Drops to his zone, but the Colts set up the screen, and then watch him run and chase here, and then pop. Good tackle as he fits up the running back here. Here it is from the end zone angle. Again, look at the force that he comes with. It's really what he's known for coming out of college. You can see him break down and then bring his pads behind him. You can see the contact and how it moves the running back on that play. So very consistent when it came to that in coverage or versus the run. While it was a preseason game, Sean McDermott did bring some heat, some run blitzes, some 5-man pressures in this game. This play was flagged and actually didn't count because Elam got called for defensive pass interference to the bottom of the screen. But I want you to watch Williams in man coverage on the tight end, attach, and then carry him up the seam, get in that trail technique as the post safety is over the top. And so while a stat wasn't registered on this play, you get to see some of his ability and physical assets when it comes to coverage, especially in man coverage. Here's another play from Williams that won't show up in the stat sheet, but gives you a better understanding of his pre to post snap processing while in coverage. Bills are in their quarters coverage. They have 4 defenders to the short side of the field. So these 4 defenders are responsible for these 3 threats of the Colts into the short side of the field. So there's a push call. This is a textbook push call from the Bills. So as the ball is snapped and you see the running back, the number 3 receiver, exit outside the tackle box, Dotson's going to call push. And I'm sure if the audio was on this clip, you'd be able to hear it. You're going to push call, which means, hey, number 3 is going out wide. You need to push. Williams needs to push out wide and distribute and space those 3 threats evenly. So as he does that, he gets his eyes on the quarterback. Here comes his threat right here. You see the number 1 wide receiver kind of hook it up near the 30-yard line. That becomes his threat. But again, the ball goes somewhere else. So this is a textbook push call from the Bills. It doesn't go to the trip side, but it lets you know that Williams knows what his assignment is. He just needs to work on, again, attaching to those threats quicker. But it's good to see that he understood what the push call was when Dotson fired it out to him to that 3 receiver side. If there's one thing from this game that the Bills will have ready in the regular season is how to defend zone read. I think they struggled against Richardson and the Colts. The Bills don't game plan, and teams don't game plan for preseason games, especially the first preseason game. They're not worried about schematic things like, hey, Richardson may run the zone read several times in this game. They're not going to game plan against that. They're going to just use their basic rules in place so that they can evaluate all the players across the board. But in the regular season, the Bills are going to have this mapped out better, where Floyd would probably crash on the running back and Williams would scrape exchange over the top to take the quarterback. Richardson, if and when he does keep it on these zone read plays. But they played it safe. They just had him feather which this read right here, this flat-footed feathering read, will induce the handoff. And so now these two linemen are working to Williams here. And so you'd like to see Williams be a little more aggressive, so that, the contact is made at the line of scrimmage, but it's not. But I want you to look at the peripheral from Williams here, because Nelson has no one to block. So he goes and peels off to get Williams. And look at the peripheral vision of Williams. I like that. And it doesn't end just there. You see his hands coming up. His eyes are still on the ball. Watch him throw Nelson right there and go help at the tackle point. So while many will say, hey, you want Williams to be a little more aggressive on this play, on the zone read, it's more of a schematic issue because they're playing two safety. There's another safety off the screen left here. So they're kind of out-gapped here at the line of scrimmage when you count the quarterback as a runner in this play. So they have the numbers advantage from the offensive standpoint. So again, this is more of a scheme thing. Would I have liked to see Williams get ahead of this block right here? Yeah, but I like the peripheral vision here and use of hands as Nelson comes to block him, and his ability to disengage and then go help make the tackle. Here's another run and chase type tackle from Dorian Williams as the Bills drop out into their cover 2 look. Colts set up the screen, another too high cover 2 type look. Look at him run and chase and then wrap up the running back at the 10-yard line. Good job of tackling in this game by him. Probably one of the things that stood out the most is tackling, but also that contact and that pop when he does make the tackle. Another one of those plays that shows off his processing. The motion shows man coverage. Elam travels with that wide receiver, which means Williams is man-to-man on the tight end right here with the ball nearly on the right hash. I want you to watch this processing. The Bills, once again, call their push call. Man-to-man, the linebacker A.J. Klein has a running back. Again, Elam with the number 1 receiver and Dorian on the tight end. On the snap, as that running back wheels out and runs the rail route right up the numbers, Klein can't chase him. So what the Bills do is they execute that push call. That means that Dorian is pushing to the running back. Klein is overtaking the tight end on this play. And the Colts are running mesh. It's a good man coverage beater on 3rd and 4. So you get the push call. Williams gets it, recognizes it, goes and gets the running back, carries him up the sideline. Now, unfortunately, the Colts do get the first down with this mesh concept, but I love the processing from Williams on this play. Look at it from the end zone angle. Again, he has a tight end and man coverage. Running back exits outside the tackle box. You get the push call. So now Klein has a tight end. Dorian has to find the running back. Running back is wheeling up the sideline. He attaches to him and carries him, but the Colts convert underneath. Now, this is a great angle. You see the same play from this angle. You get to watch the helmet and processing. Ball snapped. Initially, he jumps inside with the tight end, but then he gets the communication from Klein. Boom, pops out wide, and then carries the running back up the sideline. So good processing pre to post snap, understanding the assignment, but also the coverage check and push call from Klein and Dorian Williams. Just great stuff when we're talking the basics and fundamentals of this defense. Here's another one of those plays. You want to see Dorian in coverage find the threat in his area, not just drop to a spot and drop to a landmark. Get to your area, which on this play, it's a hook to curl. So he's a hook to curl player right here, as is A.J. Klein, because it's cover 3. So 3 deep players, and then you have 4 underneath. You have a flats player right here. Dorian's a hook to curl. A.J. Klein's hook to curl. Another flats player, and Saran Neal. So it's cover 3. So you have your basic hook to curl area for Williams on this play. Now, as the flats player screams to the flats because he has a running back going out there, that obviously opens up a window for the quarterback in the offense, and that's where the quarterback goes with the ball. So you see Williams a little off his spot here. So the ball's on the left hash, which means the spot and landmark he's supposed to be getting to should probably be a little bit wider from the hashes here, just because of where the ball's spotted. But he's got to know that if the number 3 receiver, the running back's going to the flats, he needs to widen, because that's going to open a window as that flats player gets out wide and goes towards the boundary. So it's a simple spot concept. You get a curl, a flat route, and then a deep corner. And the Colts are able to exploit that. But I want you to watch from the end zone angle, because you get a better idea of his processing and when he realizes, oh, there's a threat in my zone, I need to attack it. The Bills aren't a landmark spot drop type of zone coverage team. They get to their areas, but then they find the threats and attach to them. You see him do that a little late here. So you see him dropping, watching the quarterback. He doesn't realize that there is a threat just on the fringe of his zone. Right there, you can kind of see it process. Okay, where is he? Oh, no, that's where he is, right there. So he doesn't realize that guy is curling up his route there. I'll let it play in real time. You can see it and feel it from him that, oh my goodness, I didn't realize there was a guy in my zone. So good tackle. I will say it's a good tackle. But that processing, the more he plays in these type of schemes and that vision-based system, it's not a landmark spot drop type of defense. You need to find the threat that is going through your zone. Another Tampa 2 call here from the Bills. Dorian's the underneath defender. Steps up and makes a tackle on the check down. Not much to this play, but I just love his tackling in open space. Good job of wrapping up. Here's a check down. And the tackling on these type of plays, when that middle linebacker is vacating with these deep over routes in a Tampa 2, you really only have two underneath defenders, the nickel and the linebacker. These are key tackles on these type of plays in space. So nice tackle from him in space on the check down. Here's a nice pass rush from Williams on this play. Bills send 5 at the quarterback. He's matched up with the running back. You see him change direction and swim over the top of that running back and get into the face of the quarterback. Unfortunately, the middle of the field is wide open and the pass is completed over the middle. But look from this angle. The processing of this pass block from the running back. Just look at that swim move. It's so smooth and he gets right into the face. But once again, the middle field's wide open. Bills are playing a Palms coverage with the defensive end, Kingsley Jonathan, dropping out into that underneath area. So the middle field's wide open with this too high look. And the Colts complete it. But I like the swim move by Williams on this play. That processing of where that running back's coming from and able to get over the top of him and get into the face of the quarterback as he hits the top of his drop. Here's another zone read from the Colts. You see Williams stay outside just in case the quarterback keeps it. But once the running back keeps it, you see him fly inside and then watch the pop on contact. Woo! Look at him get his hips right behind him to let that running back know that he's there to make the tackle. Good stuff from him. Good contact. Good pop on contact. It's great. Just watch running back. Boom! That is violence. That is aggressiveness. That's what you want to see. Make every hit count from the linebacker position. All right, second quarter, 32 seconds left in the first half, 2nd and 4 situation with the ball. What you'll see from the other angle is Williams attaches, but then look where his eyes are. They're not on the man. They're on the quarterback. And so it allows that split second for that tight end to push off and break over the middle. So you'd like to see him just worry about the guy, worry about the man over him, attach to him. Don't look in the backfield. The Bills are sending pressure. Ball's going to come out quickly. And he needs to work through the physical push off there from the tight end and keep his eyes on his target, not the quarterback. Because if he does that, I think he'd be in tighter and better position at the catch point. Let's just break down with a bang. A very good red zone stop by Williams. Quick trigger, gets downhill, makes a sure tackle behind the line of scrimmage. You see the 2 combination blocks in front of him. He doesn't hesitate. As soon as the ball snapped, he fires downhill. And I just love the tackle, but especially love the athleticism on this play. Look at him avoid that block. He comes down so quickly that the guard can't pull off to pick him up. Beats that block, and then you see him establish his footwork and his feet and base so that he can explode into that tackle. Like, this is showing off his athleticism. It's a pretty special play when you look at it in a vacuum. Great work beating that block and making the tackle to bring down the running back. If you like that content, please smash that like button, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the Cover One YouTube channel. And better yet, if you want behind the scenes content, access to the Cover One Slack channel, a great community that we built for Cover One, and behind the scenes content and nuggets and news before it hits the newswire, become an insider for $60 for the year. You'll get our custom t-shirt that we change every year and the decal from Cover One, and all of the in-depth content that you expect from our network. Thanks for joining me in the film room for this Cover One feature on linebacker Dorian Williams.